All right, everybody, how's it going? A bit of breaking news here in the NFL on Week 15, and we should start off with, I guess, a bigger story. Carson Wentz is not expected to play versus the Rams this weekend with a bad back, and that could mean disaster for the rest of the Philadelphia Eagles season. Because if the team loses against the Rams, if Nick Foles isn't able to beat Jared Goff and his team in LA, we could see Carson Wentz shut down for the remainder of the season, depending on the severity of the back injury. And all this is coming from Ian Rappaport. It says, yeah, that given the timing of the back issue, Wentz might not play again in 2018. The Eagles are still gathering information on his health. Um, so yeah, that's a very disastrous situation for the Eagles. They still have an outside shot of even getting into the playoffs, even if they lose this game. As I've said many times, I think an 8-8 team is going to get into the playoffs in the NFC. They'll be the sixth seed in the wild card. And so this injury comes at a very bad time for the Eagles, who are still very much in it. Second place in the NFC East. It's a good thing they have a capable backup in Nick Foles. Um, he didn't really have a very productive start to this year. I think he was like completing 65% of his passes, one touchdown, one interceptions. They started 1-1. So I mean, it's not like he played horribly when he came in, and he's gonna have to play lights out to go 3-0 to potentially save the season, put his team in the playoffs at 9-7. Because I mean, if the Eagles win out, they win the wild card seed guaranteed. If any of these 6 and 7 teams actually win out, it's their wild card seed to lose. But so that means Nick Foles is not going to probably play this weekend against the Rams. I kind of actually can kind of guarantee he's probably not going to play if we're already hearing that he's got this back injury. He's been dealing with it for the whole season is something I also read. So again, Nick Foles is out, or Carson Wentz is out, I'm sorry, for Sunday and potentially the whole season, depending on the outcome of the game. So if they lose, don't expect to see Carson Wentz back this season. And depending on the severity of the injury, even if they do win, I highly think his season's over, and we're going to see Nick Foles the rest of the way. Also, some other breaking news in the NFL: Ravens are going to go with Lamar Jackson over Joe Flacco as the starting quarterback versus the Buccaneers. And this is an article by Herbie Tiape, and that was announced just about an hour ago that Lamar Jackson was named the starting quarterback because Joe Flacco is back and he's ready to play. Um, and this is a quote. Listen, there's a very good chance that we're going to need Joe Flacco and any other player in that role, a backup role, to win us a game. That's basically what he's saying about that. I guess my overall thought about it is I'm obviously disappointed that I can't be a part of this team in the capacity that I've been here for a long time, Flacco said, but always got to be ready and stay sharp and be ready for the call at any point. So basically, this means, like I've said many times, that Saints game when they lost to the Saints at home, that was the end of the start. That was the start of the end of the Flacco era. And about 2 or 3 weeks later, he goes down with an injury. In comes Lamar. Lamar plays great. The team responds well. They're in a position to take the first place in the division with a win and a New England Patriots loss, or a New England Patriots win over the Steelers. So, 2 wins, and all of a sudden this team's in the playoffs and looking really good. And that's with Lamar Jackson at the helm, not Joe Flacco. Like I said in this article, it says, in the meantime, where this leaves a healthy Flacco going forward is the biggest question. As it is often said, an injury shouldn't cause a starter to lose his job. Flacco led the Ravens to a championship in Super Bowl, what is that, 52? I don't know. Where he was recognized as the MVP for the last few seasons, however, been disappointment. So yeah, I mean, Flacco's been playing pretty. They started 4-5 with Flacco. All of a sudden, they're 7-6 in a good position to win the division. Um, and I mean, Lamar was a first-round pick, and he is the future of the team. And like I've said, the end is here for Flacco. The era is over. Ravens fans, congratulations, you've outlasted Flacco. He's going to go down to, I believe, Jacksonville in the end of when they can trade, when the offseason begins. So we'll probably see Joe down in Jacksonville with greener pastures and elite defense, and that would literally make them my favorite to win the Super Bowl next season if the Jaguars picked up Flacco and like a wide receiver, I guess. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody because Lamar's going to be a great quarterback. He's the next Vic with a little bit better of an arm, I think. So we have that going for us. The Ravens are in a good spot. The Steelers are going to miss the playoffs, so we can all thank Lamar Jackson for this. And Flacco's going to get another shot. It's not like he's just getting thrown to the curb. He's not even like done. So we have that going for him. So congratulations to Lamar Jackson for winning the quarterback battle. It probably really wasn't close once you actually started playing. Any other news I'll go over really, really quickly. Let's see. The news is loading slowly. Not really. Yeah, that's it. Not really. So again, the biggest news of the day, of course, is Carson Wentz is going to miss this Sunday versus the Rams, and he might miss the rest of the season depending on the outcome of that game. So Carson Wentz more than likely is out for the remainder of the season, and Lamar Jackson is named the starting quarterback over Joe Flacco for this week at the Buccaneers, as the Ravens get closer and closer to potentially dethroning the AFC North champs, the Steelers, who are just sitting up there playing sloppy football. Remember this, Ravens fans. Before I go, and thank you all for listening. Please like the video if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe if you're new here, and leave a comment what you think about Carson Wentz and the Eagles' chances of the playoffs. What you think of the injury to Carson Wentz, and just whatever about the Eagles. Because they're screwed now. I mean, they have to play the Texans and the Rams. I don't think they have a very good shot, even with Nick Foles. Even if he plays well, 2 tough games. Sorry, Eagles fans. I think the season's over without Wentz. But remember, Ravens fans, now that I can say something else, you need New England to win. So we're going to need you to be rooting for the Patriots this weekend, because if we win and you guys win, the Steelers are the 7th seed. Remember that. So have a great day, everybody. Go Patriots, and yeah, bye.